Ralph the Veloback. Today I want to talk about one specific exercise in my book. And the reason I'm going to do that today is because I was sitting down with a trumpet player friend of mine who's still active and still plays big time, I guess you will call it, Broadway, and I guess that's the big time these days. So, and he asked me which exercise that he likes, that I like in my book the best, actually, out of all the exercises. If he only had to practice one, or which one, as we were talking, I guess he was trying to say which one gets the point across of what you're trying to teach. So I'm going to show you the exercise in my book that I think is the best exercise as far as trying to get the point across and how to get into that high register, how to increase your high register, and I'll explain to you why. Let me show you the exercise now. So as most of you know, this is one of my 5 books. This is the one for the professional level, and he asked me about this chord up exercise with the thrill in it, which is this exercise here. See, it says chords up with a thrill. And that goes. The reason I go up that high at the end in this book is just to show you that it is possible, and just to have it in there in case you want it. But I think if you go up to just the G on that, you'll see a few lessons back. It starts on the G and it goes up to the A and lip thrill from the G to A. I don't really think you should go any higher than that because it could be too much of a strain. But I have it in there just in case you want to push it. But the exercise that I was talking about that I think does you the most good, and I'll explain to you why, is this one here. And this is the last one in the book. It goes up to the highest point, which takes you up to the double high C, and it's called, what's it called? It's called the range builder exercise. So I'm going to put it up on the screen so you see it, and let me explain to you how you do it, and we'll do it together actually. Let me put it up on the screen for you so you can get a good look at it. Okay, so on this exercise, you can read my instructions, and in the instructions it says go as high as you can in one breath. Not in one breath, in one setting. And that's one way of doing it, but another way of doing it is just do them individually. Play each one and then take it off. But I recommend actually playing a couple of them together so you don't have to keep taking it off and putting it on and trying to find a note. So here's the thing about why I say that this is one of probably the best exercises to try to get you to do what I'm trying to get you to do, which is ascend into the higher register with that with the proper technique. So if you notice, this is 1 and 3, and then the A flat is 2 and 3. But you notice you play all the notes with the A flat. Now this involves the harmonics, of course. But it's mostly you're listening and you're playing, and now the A is 1 and 2. As we get higher and higher, let's say to the D flat, you could do the fingers that I recommend. So you're not changing fingers with each note as you would do in the lower register. So the fingering you start with is the fingering you go up to it, and the fingering you end with. Now, why is that? The reason is that I want you to concentrate on the blow, on a continuous blow, not changing fingerings, not hearing each note individually. So you started with the fingering that you're going to start it with, and then you're ending with that fingering, and you're going to be concentrating on the way you play, the way your armature is set up, the continuous blow. So you want to get the feeling of blowing all the way through from the lower note to the higher note without thinking of anything else except that continuous blow and the continuous armature and feeling the lips where the lips go. So you're not concentrating on changing fingers. You're feeling the lips. You let the lips go into the position that they want to go into. Because when you get to that register, the position of the lips makes a difference. But we don't want to force things. We want them to go into it naturally. That's why you'll hear sometimes when we play this together, as I get into higher and higher, sometimes I don't feel as though it's the notes are going into the right place or slotting into the right place. I'll slow it down a little bit, and I slow it down this way, give my lips a chance to fall into the right position. So let's play this together and see, maybe if we play it together, maybe it will give you a little bit of a feel of what we're trying to do. All right, so let's play this together now. So one of the things you're going to notice, because we're not using the regular fingerings and we're just playing through this with just one fingering, just using the continuous blow, getting everything engaged. I'm not trying to give you a lesson on how to use your stomach and how to form your embouchure. You should be at a level now where you do it your own way, or you can read my stuff in the book and maybe that'll help you a little bit. But anyway, the point is sometimes we're using different fingerings. It's not all going to be perfectly in tune for sure, because in the harmonic series notes are out of tune. But you listen and you try to get the best in tune you can. And because we're playing in an extreme high register, it's even more difficult really. So it's not easy, but we listen, try to play as much in tune as we possibly can. Let's start with the first one here, which is starting on the G. And the G we're going to do 1 and 3. Alright, now we're going to do the A flat, starting on the next one, starting on the A flat. Alright, A, starting on the A. Alright, B flat. We're going to do that off first finger. Alright, B, second finger. C, we'll do that open. Remember, continuous blow. Make sure you're supporting everything. Alright, D flat or C sharp. 1 and 2. Okay, D. Now, at this point, you start getting up to this level. There's a couple different ways you can finger it. And here, I think I have it written down. Have it written down 1. You can do 1, 1 and 3. So let's just do 1 for now. First finger, starting on the D. 2. E flat. Gonna do it 2 and 3. E, can do it open. By the way, it doesn't matter how far you make it up to. You go up as far as you can, and like I say, try to do 2 or 3 of them together, then put it back on. You know, or you go as far as you can. You take it off and rest, but you're not always gonna go. You don't have to think you have to make it to the end. That's not the point. The point is to get the feel of playing in that higher register, and this gives you the best feel because you're concentrating on keeping your embouchure the way it is, keeping your stomach nice and firm, and lifting up and out, and blowing continuous air, and trying to get compressed faster air, of course. All right, so we're going to finish up with the E, and then the starting on the E, then the F. But just let's show you on here where we're at, just in case you lost your place for some reason. So we're going to do the E next, right there. E up to the double high B. Then we're going to do the F up to double high C. So let's do those 2 things next. Let's do the E next, up to the double high B, back down to the E. Let's do the F next. We'll do the F from the, we'll do the F 1 and 3. It can be done different ways. Do the F up to the double high C, back down to the F. Let's do 1 and 3. The main purpose of that exercise, of course, is to build range and strength and endurance. Although kind of, most people are using too much pressure up there. You can't help not using pressure. and it will make you tired. So you you need to rest after you play this. But the idea is to get a continuous flow, a compressed flow. I'll say more air, but it's not really more air. It's more of compressed air. But you need to blow harder just to get the same amount of air coming out while you're compressing it. So you can read my the book, and there's a lot of tips on how to compress the air and how to blow the air and take your breath in that upper and not just in the upper register, in all the registers. But I was telling my friend that this is an exercise that I think is probably the most important in this book as far as learning how to get that ear going in that upper registers. And if the ear is cutting off, you got to try to figure out why, and if it's, see if you can improve on it, see if you can get to the next note without the ear cutting off. So it's not a thing you want to get in one day. It's just something that you want to practice as many times a week as you want for as many months, as many years as you want. And as you learn and get better, you'll improve on it. Trumpet playing is a whole process. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that this helps you a little bit. And I'll see you next time in the next video. Thank you, Ralph Tavello. Goodbye.